night feels right. They steal our kids for cash, ripping hearts apart, destroying families, they tear at the seams. Hey, Mr. Trump, can you hear our screams? Kids for cash, games they play, steal our joy, take hope away. Families broken in the night, we stand up, we will fight. Every tear, every cry, it adds up. We're victims of a system, it's corrupt. They say they care, but we know their lies. Mr. Trump, make them goodbye. Kids for cash, games they play, steal our joy, take hope away. Families broken in the night, we stand up, we will fight. Abolish thee, set us free, let love guide our destiny. We won't back down, we remain, make parenting great again. We're more than numbers on a sheet, every child of every heartbeat. Hear us roar through the darkened night. Mr. Trump, join our fight. Kids for cash, games they play, steal our joy, take hope away. Families broken in the night, we stand up, we will fight. We will abolish thee, set us free, let love guide our destiny. We won't back down, we remain, make parenting great again.
They are taking our kids every day. I shout them in and no one has a thing to say. For those who have been isolated, don't be worried, you have a voice today. So listen up everyone, here is the story. Child Protective Services is real. CPS is what they call it. They want our kids because it fills a lot of people's wallet. We all think it won't be us. We say when they come we will be so tough. It all sounds good when there's no one to take them. But when they come, your voice gets to breaking. Stay calm, step away. CPS ain't taking no one today. We are educated. Stay calm, step away. CPS, you need to leave. I know the tricks up your sleeves. You can't do what you're trying to do. We have done our homework. Don't do a damn thing without a warrant. You no longer will steal our kids this way. Punisher have come for the calling. They are giving us the CPS warning. Their voice is loud and clear. We stop losing our kids this year. Tiff wants to fight the entire planet. She is tired of our kids being taken, god damn it. She's been fighting CPS for 30 years, bringing children home from this disgusting mess. The Punisher is screaming out loud, abolish CPS and tear it down. I want all our kids to come back. Look at all those kids' pictures held up like thin tags. Together we are stronger than we need. We will tear down CPS with high speed. We will do so much being together. Birds of a feather flock together. So watch out CPS, here we come. Picking you one by one. We promise to bring back the family and prosecute the caseworkers unhandily. To learn what you stand for. This is Tiff and the Punisher Warrior, and we cry out to all of you out there. We need support for a cause that many don't care. All children are being stolen way too often. So CPS, we plan on doing the stopping. Stop.
All right. I'm just adjusting my camera a little bit here. What's up, Tiff?
Hey, how's it going?
Going good. I feel like we haven't been here forever.
I know, right? Before we start, what was that manual that she said?
The government of the United States of America manual.
The U.S. government manual?
Correct. PDF.
Okay. So I just sent you the updated one that came out in 2025.
Yeah.
It's 2,128 pages.
Holy smokes.
I just wanted to make sure. Huh?
They added 1,200 pages to it this round?
OMG. If you go to information.gov, I sent you the email. Let me know if you got it.
All right.
You can download it, but I downloaded it and I sent it to you.
Okay.
In a PDF.
What'd you find in there? Anything good?
Well, I only got to page 190.
You're really reading it page by page?
Well, yeah, because it's got like all the different departments and stuff.
Yeah.
And appointed officials, that's where I'm at now.
Does it say my name in there somewhere?
I was looking for mine too. No.
Shit. That means we didn't have enough people go out and vote.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 2,128 pages.
Wow. Holy smokes. Because there was 900. The one that we had before was 947, right?
997.
Okay, close enough.
And this has ironically, this has everybody's email.
No way, really?
I swear to God. Everybody's email.
No kidding.
From Alabama all the way, for every state, who they are, if they're a Democrat, Republican, an independent.
Wow.
Yeah, it's got their email addresses right in it.
Oh, sick. So we don't have to hunt for it anymore.
No, it's in this manual.
Well, whoever was elected, right?
Right. So while you do that, I want to show you the 3 things that everybody needs to have in their car. See, this is my little makeup bag that I turned into a whatever bag. Are you going to turn your camera on?
Yeah, I'm coming right now. Make sure I look nice. Look good for everybody. All right. There you go.
Ah,
I didn't want to take
so,
away from your thunder.
oh, please. So these are the 3 books that are in my purse and everywhere I go.
Constitution, Declaration of Independence. Oh, Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And Citizens Rule Book. Oh, that's interesting.
All 3 of them are in my purse.
But you don't have the Constitution in there. Oh, okay, there it is. Oh, and the Constitution. All right. No. Okay, all right.
So if I ever get pulled over,
You say, excuse me, I'm doing this first.
no. While they're getting out of their car, I'm getting my shit out of my purse and laying it on top of my dashboard.
Oh, Jesus. They come back, they're like, what the hell is all this mess, lady?
No, because the first thing they look at is your inspection sticker. So they lean over
Yeah,
and they look in your windshield.
right.
So since you want to be nosy, you can see that I'm not going to be playing any games with you. You better come correct.
Right.
Oh, and I want to tell y'all something else. After you get stopped by the police, go and wash your car because
Yes.
they always put their thumbprint on the back bumper of your car.
Yep. That's why they're always touching your back bumper when they walk
Yes.
up.
Yes.
What does that thumbprint do?
It indicates that that officer had contact with you in case something happens to him.
So but you want to make sure you wipe that off.
Take that bitch to the car wash.
Or to Tiffany's Auto Detailing.
Yes. Or you can bring it to me and I'll clean your damn car.
That's right. That we just added that right in there.
And
That's
it's Mayel's. It's Mayel's Auto Detailing and Window Tint.
There you go. So any of you that's in West Virginia can call Tiffany and she will clean your car.
This has their oath of office in it.
The book does, or the new governor's manual?
The new government manual. This thing is unreal. Everybody needs to get this. Download it. Did you get it?
Oh, I haven't even looked yet. I was just listening to you talk. Let me look. Let's see here. Oh, for God's sakes. Yo, would you handle them?
Oh my God, I'm going to have to look at this. Oh my God, there's a lot of information in here. Everybody needs to download this manual.
Download the manual. Which one did you send it to, Tiff?
Abolish.
Abolish.
Oh my God, I got to go all the way up to the top page.
I do have it. Government Manual 2025.
Yeah, what website is that?
Let's see. Mail google.com, mail you, inbox, project. That's not going to be it. Let's see. Open with Google Docs. I don't want to open with, I guess it's going to.
It's even got the charts in here. Oh my God, even scrolling up, I'm only on page 55.
Hey. You're gonna get sprayed, cop, kitty. Let's see here. I did get it.
Hey,
Babe,
I know.
these damn cats.
So this is what I did. This is what you're supposed to do when you go to court, according to Rochelle.
Where is he? Let's spray him. Here. Shoot him. Did you get him?
No, Deidre, actually, I just got it. Darren, she wants us to come on her show tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Done deal, Deidre. We're on a field trip tomorrow.
So it's going to be 8:00 tomorrow.
Yep, and we'll broadcast it from her show like we did last time. That's all. Come on.
Oh, that's great, Debbie. That is awesome. This new administration is holding people's feet to the fire, so they're probably gonna your daughter's probably gonna end up with her her son back. I believe the website that I got this off of was information.gov, or I don't even know. Just Google it. Do not print this out. You will run out of ink and paper.
Hey, can I let you see? Yeah, it's all right. I got it. Yeah, just do this here. All right. Yep, I got it. So that's good. Okay.
I just want to make sure everybody can get it.
This is really funny now.
Govinfo.gov. It's govinfo.gov. And it's free.
Constitution starts right over here, right over the top of the president. There's the chart right there.
Yep. You can get anything off of here. So they must put these manuals out every year because I'm seeing them. If you go to the website, I mean, they go all the way back to, good Lord, 1935.
Oh, and the Social Security Act came out.
And then apparently they've been doing them every year. Ooh, that's a long time.
So much good information in here.
Yes, that's why everybody needs to get this one.
Printing off 20 pages a month or something.
Oh, Lord. Just
Maybe
put it in your
1.8.
phone. I'm sure there can be a way to only print the pages that you really need. Like you want the people that's in your state,
Right.
you want their email address.
Yep. Yeah, everybody should definitely take a look at this.
And
Definitely
if
need
you
to take a
go,
look at this.
If you go to the National Archives, you can download the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and I believe the Declaration of Independence, because everything that she said was true. There's just more information now, because when I started, we had to go to the law library.
That's the olden days. Just Dewey Decimal System.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was when it was. You had to look up numbers and dots and dots.
It was so daunting.
And then the names, there'll be the letters first, like the first 3 letters. And
It
then the
was like
numbers,
looking
and
in a
then the section.
dictionary.
Yeah. It was crazy, man. You'd have to go up there and you'd have to look at this little card. You'd pull the card out. You'd look for the little card. The card would have a bunch of names and numbers on it. Then you'd have to go match those numbers to the numbers on the book to see if that was the book that it was talking about or not. Oh, what a pain in the ass this was. You kids
So
don't
that's why
realize
I
how
was,
easy you have it.
yeah, right. So I was like, this is bullshit. I'm strictly sticking to the Constitution because nobody trumps that. Nobody. I don't care
Right.
who
Let's
they
do
are.
it. Right. So screw it. Screw it. I don't need to go through all this other stuff.
Yeah, no.
Right. But
And you
where
got to
are
make
they?
sure the case law is right, and you got to read it 100 times just to make sure that it's going to fit.
Right.
No, the Constitution applies in every situation in everyday life.
Yep. That don't matter for nothing. That's the ruler of the universe, of the country.
Yes.
U.S. That's
Ugh.
U.S. Oh.
So I'm wondering how many people RFK is slashing. I know that he slashed 3,600. 600 was just from NIH.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who he's slashing from social services part of it,
Yeah.
because we need those slashes, because once those slashes come in, it's going to trickle down.
Yeah.
I heard that he's going to go into some states. I want to say California blocked him and Maryland blocked him. Elon
Oh, wow.
Musk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to. But the ironic thing is, Maryland's governor, Wes Moore, has been nominated with our governor. Now, he's a Democrat. Our governor is a Republican. He nominated them to be some kind of council
Yeah.
in DC. I'm like, but he just blocked you.
Right. Well, there must be a bigger plan somewhere, Tiff.
Yeah, I don't know. And Don,
And these guys have the gooder. These guys have the better for the country in their mind, not just their, like putting. They're just trying to do better for us, and they got to clean it out first. Like, there's just no way around it. It's got to be just ictionate. Everybody's got to be ictionate out of there. So you're just going to keep growing and growing and growing like dirty fungus,
oh no, it's not. They're cutting that shit back. They're cutting that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They have to do this. This has to be done.
Well, they just put Dan Bongino right under Cash Patel.
Yeah.
He does not play. I don't know if you've ever watched him.
A little bit here and there, but not much.
Oh, he just cracks me up. Oh God, he just cracks me up.
Well, you don't mess around.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm like, God, I need to be on that team.
Yeah, I wonder if they're really mean like that. I wonder if they're really mean like that, or if they just, pull these acts up as they go.
I don't know, because I'm like that by nature.
Like a bad, mean person.
I'm not a mean. I just don't take any shit, and I'm not backing down if I'm right.
Right.
I don't know. I guess
so
we'll see.
You're very staunch with you. Once your opinion is, when you do your opinion's gold to you. You have no room for any other bullshit. You have no room for nothing. That's it. Your way is your way, and that's it.
Well, no, because I'm open-minded. But
very, very little so, but yes.
That's not true. But like if I know that I'm right,
Right.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I'm only like this if you're a CPS worker or a judge or
Right.
somebody who thinks that they're going to take authority over me. Oh no,
Right.
no, no. I left home when I was 15 for a reason.
Right. Because of stuff like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
We're all individuals. We all have our own liberty. We all have our own free will. And I don't care who you are. If I'm out somewhere and I believe or I think or I know somebody's infringing on somebody's rights, I'm stepping in it. My foot's all the way in it.
Yeah. So is mine. And then we end up getting in trouble in the long run.
Yeah, but there's ways to get around that.
Yeah, there is. Certainly is.
So what's been going on with
Wow.
you?
Oh, nothing. Just dealing with some home issues and some things like that. It's just one thing after another, you know.
Yeah, I do
But I've
know.
been doing a lot of research into that stuff that Rochelle is teaching us, and there's just no reason that I can't see that we can't run a motion 60 or not a motion 60 void ab initio and call this stuff all good. I mean, it says clear as day in those paperworks that she showed us. They have no authority. Zip, zero, zilch. They're not even asking you to pull out these kids. They're just making it aware that that's an option to you. So that's not even like a necessity thing like the department makes it out to be. You know, even in the department's part of the handbook says, no, no kids pretty much. Don't take them. No one has authority to have them in their office, period. So that strikes to be the question, like, where do they go? You know, like that type of stuff.
Well, with your void ab initio, this chart, don't print
Mhm.
out all 2,500 pages. Just print out the first one.
Right. And then that'll be it. Tell them to go right down the line, serve every one of these people. Serve them all.
With the 42, 196, I think, and the SSA, and you got them. You got them by the
Right.
balls.
Yep. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I mean, that's why they're nervous. I mean, they came out the other day when Vinny's show was on. He was showing everybody this information. They shut a show off.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. So we were playing that game the other day. So I mean, they're on to us, and they know that we're doing things. So that's good. Our voices are getting out there. Our voices are definitely getting heard. Now, if it's us or there's a bunch of us, I don't know which way it goes. But I'll tell you what. Thank you to everybody that stayed with us and stays with us. Because the more we can show our strength, the more that we can show them that we're not backing down. You know, we want our situation fixed. And not looking at immigrant kids and not looking at all this other stuff, talking about our children here in the United States that are getting stolen by the tune of a child a minute, if not plus, a minute plus or shorter. It might be even shorter.
Actually,
So,
Deidre, I am the security.
yeah.
My husband has a band. And one night, the keyboard player, I was like, why are you sitting behind me? He's like, in case anything kicks off, I know you got it.
It's funny. So,
But getting back to what you were saying, you're right. They froze us. They froze
yeah.
all our shit.
Uh-huh.
And now they're after Vinny. And pretty soon they're going to
Yeah.
be after Mr. O down here.
Yeah.
That's on the show.
Oh, he's in there. So I'm reading his book here. Let's get
Yeah.
him in here. Let's see, where is he?
Come on, Adrian.
You want to come in, Adrian? Then he sent him a link.
Debbie, that's awesome. I'm telling you, I think your grandchild's going to be home soon.
Yep. Good job staying in the fight there, Deb.
Never back down. Never, ever, ever back down. I've told these people, and I got the recording to prove it, I don't concede, I don't bend, I don't break, and I am not consenting to anything.
Obsidian said they already came after him.
Yeah, I believe that.
All right, you get the link set, Obsidian.
Well, the one thing that they can't do is silence the people. In my little handbook, the citizens rule book or whatever,
Yeah.
it clearly says that it is our responsibility to get rid of a tyranny government. It is our job, our duty,
Yep.
and our free will.
And that, yeah, I agree. It's our
And you
job
can
to
buy
make sure we
those
do a
books
lot of
on
this stuff.
Amazon. Huh?
It's our job to do a lot of this stuff. That's what they don't. That's what we don't understand, or the people don't understand. You know, like they don't. You don't understand people. Like we can't be jumping down and being second fiddle to this stuff. We need to use our rights and protect them and use them at all costs whenever we can. Don't hide. Don't run. Don't cower down to this stuff. We got to exhibit our rights that way that they know that we mean business. Because if we don't, then they're going to start being like, oh, well, ha, 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 you know, blah, 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 putting us in jail for that, you know, for trying to demonstrate our rights. So we need to let everybody know everywhere, whatever state you're in, that you have rights and you know that you have them and that you're going to use them.
He said he's going to watch Cash Patel and Trump because his YouTube just kicked him out of our show. Wow.
He must be our missing link here, the one that's in the chair without anything in it.
I remember one time somebody said, oh my God, Tiffany, you're so anti-government. I laughed. I said, obviously you don't understand the government. And they're like, well, yeah, we do. And no, I said, we're the government. We govern the government. The Bill of Rights is a restraining order against the government to protect the people.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, it is. What is the first thing in the Bill of Rights?
Huh? Say it again.
What is the first thing that comes up in the Bill of Rights?
The Bill of Rights is the first 10 of the Constitution.
Okay. So that's the freedom of speech, right to counsel, the ones that we preach about all the time anyway.
Yeah. And I have certificates for all this stuff because I take these courses online. If they want money from me, they ain't getting shit. I take the free courses. In fact, I just took one this morning.
Yeah. Oh, wow, look at that. Introduction to Child's Rights. You got a certificate already, huh? Where'd you take that one at?
Online.
No shit, Sherlock. Where'd you take it, though?
AmnestyInternational.com, I
Okay,
believe.
Yeah. Oh, there's Obsidian.
Hey.
Hello, Obsidian.
A little stretched out there.
Yeah, look at me go.
Yeah, so they've already been silencing me anyway. Yeah, they've been doing that same stuff that they're doing to you guys. They've been doing that to me for about 6 months. But it doesn't work anymore because every time I appeal it now, I appeal it every time and then I make a claim. I say, hey, if you don't release my stuff, we're going to have a problem here. And they let it go every time. YouTube did it. They let it go. They let my stuff be posted. They silenced me about the coronavirus pandemic. I can't get any further into that because they will silence you if I continue to speak about it.
Yeah, don't even talk about that stuff.
Oh, yeah. But I'm glad that we've all recovered from all of that, and we're doing much better at in general,
Right.
as far as disease is concerned.
Check this video out. You want to see what's going on in this world? Check out what's going on here in Maine. This is pretty cool stuff. Let me see here. Share.
But you guys got my info on administrative law judges. When I heard administrative law judge come out of Pam Bondi's mouth, I was like, oh yeah, this is going to get good.
Who is that, Darren?
I think this is supposed to be the governor of Maine or someone of the senator lady. Republican Representative Laurel Libby has been censored by the Democrat-controlled House over her efforts to defend female athletes. Then he said, trying to get it to play here. What the hell is going on? I guess it won't play.
They're watching us again.
Yeah, it must be.
So Adrian,
The
why
crazy thing is,
Darren?
yeah, you would think you're being paranoid, but no, they really are watching you.
Right, exactly.
So Adrian, explain to people what Pam Bondi said about administrative judges.
Okay, so at some point in history, I don't know when, I guess administrative law judges got to the point where they had such an immunity that their own commanding officer, the president, couldn't remove them.
Mm-hmm.
Which means they had immunity to presidential firing, basically. And that's unconstitutional. On top of that, an administrative law judge in general is unconstitutional because administrations are part of the executive branch and judges are part of the judicial branch. That's a clear violation, open blatantly, of the separation of powers doctrine. They're not supposed to be operating in any judicial capacity, such as removing your children or charging you a bunch of money. What they're supposed to be doing is remedying situations where it's between the government or it's between you and an agency. So let's say your Social Security payment was missing some money. This is who you would contact about that. Instead, they're ruling over everyone. And in Minnesota, child support was connected to administrative law judges. So I happen to know when they're talking about administrative law judges, they're talking about the judges that are in these CPS cases. They're talking about these judges that are in these family court cases, in these child support cases. That's exactly who they're talking about when they say administrative law judge. So y'all go ahead.
So let's say somebody has to go to court for CPS or child support, and they bring a copy of that letter and they produce it. What happens if the judge laughs at them and says that it doesn't apply to them?
The judge is going to laugh at you unless you know how to articulate that. See what I'm saying?
So tell them how to articulate.
Okay, so an administrative, like I was just telling you, an administrative law judge is part of the executive branch. The executive branch, through the Department of Justice, in this letter, has told the executive branch administrative law judges that what they're doing is unconstitutional. They do not have immunity, basically. They can be removed by the president. And right now they're sitting and continuing to act, even though the president has told them to step down. That is a violation of Supremacy Clause and the separation of powers doctrine. This applies in family court cases because family court cases deal with agencies. Agencies deal with administrative law.
So,
as far as the immunity, when they say, that doesn't apply in my court. I'm sorry, that does apply in your court. There's a whole, I got a whole breakdown of it, but basically, I've got it all in text format, so I'll send that to you. But it's basically, it breaks it down where you have to explain that they're a part of the administration of the government. That's the executive branch. They do not have any power to operate judicially. That would be a violation of the separation of powers. if it violates the separation of powers in the Constitution, then Marbury versus Madison said it is void. There are other case law that supports the fact that it's void from the beginning. So any order, any ruling, anything that's coming out of that judge's mouth is completely void.
Yeah,
You
that was
shouldn't
going
be
to be my
sitting in
next
front of
question.
them. You should be sitting in front of a constitutional judge under the federal district court, and you should be suing the people violating you for violating your rights. But that's where we get mixed up. We keep going into their jurisdiction and trying to argue the case with them. But you're there, and the fact that you're there 9 times out of 10 means they have jurisdiction over you. So that's where you got to take them into the federal and pull them into your own jurisdiction and tell them, hey, what you're doing is a violation of the law and it's a violation of the Constitution.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah,
I have been telling people when CPS shows up and they try to remove your children and they go to these BS administrative judges, if they get their children removed, I've been telling people to file complaints in federal court immediately. Don't wait until this judge rules on anything.
Absolutely not. Do not wait.
Right.
You send a letter of intent to sue or a color of law form, and then if they continue to violate you, you stepped on my foot. Now I'm coming after you, and you come after them in federal court.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's
that pretty much goes for any case where your rights are violated. You can do that. You know, there's Supreme Court cases that hold that Congress has immunity and all this stuff. There is no immunity to an oath of office violation. That's why you took the oath. If you did not take the oath, you do not have authority to act upon anyone in a legal matter or a political matter, or be making executive decisions on my behalf either. And that's how you hit them with it. You know, you got to be able to articulate that and explain that to them, or they're going to think you don't know what you're talking about and you're just quoting something somebody else said, and they're going to throw it out for hearsay. That's why they do that.
Yeah, but then couldn't you also turn around and file a complaint with Pam Bondi's office and the FBI?
You could file a complaint with Pam Bondi's and the FBI, the DOJ, the FBI, because they're supposed to be investigating child trafficking. And what's happening here is it's kidnapping, because they're removing your child from you to somewhere else typically without a court proceeding. That they're actually supposed to have that proceeding before they remove your children. And if they do remove your children before they have that proceeding, they have about I think it's like they have a very short amount of time. I think it's not even 2 weeks that they have to have a hearing.
Some places it's 48 hours, some places it's 72 hours.
Yeah.
So I heard Kash Patel and Pam Bondi say that this country was going back to the superior law of the land and start doing things constitutionally. Did you hear that?
Supposed to
yes. Yes, that's true. That is true. Yeah, that's true. It's in the document. It's in the document.
Mm-hmm.
The Pam Bondi document. Yeah, it's in there. I think it's on page 2 or something like that. But yeah, I have it where she said that. Yep. We're going back to.
Somebody send me the.
God, I wish I could post it in the comments. I wish I could post it in the comments. YouTube don't let you do that, but.
Yeah, I know.
Why is it not letting you?
Adrian, if you can get me a copy, that's so I can print it, because I can't read it. It's blurry. I can't read shit on my phone.
I gotta hit up your email.
Deidre, the answer to your question is no.
Alternatively, you could go to your congressman and push for legislature against what you are trying to, the injustice you're trying to stand up against. You can do that. I think everybody should be exercising that, and the courts, and going to the president. I mean, they're the government, you know. We elected them, or they were appointed by other electees, or either way, they work for you. The honest person on the street working hard every day to pay their bills. Excuse my language. Yeah, that's who they work for. They done forgot who they work for. And now they're getting a taste of that forgetfulness, because we're going back to the law of the land. Which means no more violation of our rights in court and just getting to ignore us and all this other stuff.
If you pull up the United States government manual, the new one is out. You would probably like this one. It's 2,128 pages, but it has every single person who's in office. It has every single email.
I'm gonna need that. Will you send me that link?
I sure will. As soon as we get off, I'll send it to you in Messenger.
I think I might have emphysema.
Oh Lord, you're too young.
Yeah.
You should see the bucket of cigarette butts. You wouldn't be saying that. It don't help that I'm on medication.
Oh Lord. So
it's legal.
It is Tuesday.
oh my God, I missed a day because the other one had the flu again. So don't forget, tomorrow we're gonna be on Deidre's show
That's right.
at 8 p.m.
I keep missing some here and there. As I'm smoking another cigarette.
Yeah, that's good for you.
It's too much, man. It's too much.
It's just waking up. As long as being clear.
Get some water.
They got a major problem now. They don't get immunity.
That's awesome. What
They
if
didn't
the
have any
states try to
immunity anyway.
protect
I'm
them?
gonna go find where they don't have immunity for CPS too. I know I can find it.
So what
It's
if
the
the state
private
tries
person.
to say that they have immunity?
Huh?
What if the state tries to say they have immunity?
That's a good one. Well, don't sue the state. One, don't put them as the defendant, whatever you do, because that's what they're going to do.
Yeah. Well, you can't sue the state
if they try to claim,
without you can't sue a state without the attorney general's permission.
Right. So really, all you put next to the name of the defendant on the defendant list, or somewhere in your document, you're going to tell them it's in their private capacity. Because if you're suing them in their private capacity because they were acting outside of their lawful authority, now they don't get no immunity for that. Plus, they don't get immunity from an oath of office violation.
Well, not only that, isn't that an abuse of power once you know what you've been told by the DOJ?
Yep, that's willfully disobeying a commanding officer if it was in the military.
Right. But you're still disobeying somebody who can prosecute you.
Well, in the executive branch, the president has the authority to fire those people.
Well,
and what they did over the years was they stacked an immunity so that he couldn't fire them anymore. And these are the people These are the people that are violating everybody's rights and they're a parasite, man. And he told them, you
Yeah.
don't get no immunity no more from removal, man. If we don't like what you're doing, we're gonna come take you out of there.
Right. I got news for them. They're already getting rid of 250,000 workers here in DC. They're coming for everybody. 250,000 have already resigned and were fired.
The messed up thing though is this is federally, so all of our corrupt actors are in the state governments.
But it's
We don't
going
want
to
to get
trickle
rid
down.
of our constitutional actors, you know, on accident.
Well,
So
I think what's going to happen. Oh my God, the Shark Tank guy, Mr. Wonderful, is that his name? He said, cut it all the way to the bone, which
it's gotta
means get
go.
rid of everybody, and then bring back the players that you know are going to do the work.
And you know are gonna follow the founding document. Yes, sir.
Right. That's
Yes,
what he
ma'am.
said.
He was right. Yeah.
But you have to think like this
But
too, right? The state is eventually going to start doing it because they normally follow federal stuff.
they have to because of the supremacy clause, but sometimes they don't. We don't have to listen to that. Oh, you don't have those rights in my courtroom. You don't get to talk to the judge like that. These types of statements.
Yeah, well, they don't talk to me like that because they better not.
Yeah, they ain't never going to talk to me like that. The first time they do is going to be the last time.
That's so funny. I just wish
They probably
everybody
won't
would
talk to nobody else like that for a week.
at
Be like
least not
scared
for the
to.
next 4 years.
Yeah. And you hear them all, they're all complaining all over Facebook. You know, we're losing our job and da 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 da. And we've been paying into that our whole lives. And actually, Social Security is not an insurance. It's not a form of insurance technically. Technically, it's a tax. You pay a Social Security tax out of your wages and it's returned to you every year on your tax returns that are sometimes yanked for child support, I don't know, debts you owe the government, things like that. And they got pissed, dude. They started just, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You're looking at the Social Security manuals. I'm like, no, I'm looking at the Code of Federal Regulations that governs your department's actions. So
They didn't even know it.
no, they didn't even know what was about to hit them. Nothing after that.
Wow.
Crickets.
I do not feel bad for these people that have been stealing the American people's money. Now they get to know how it feels to struggle the way we struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable.
You got to remember this was a bloated bureaucracy. This is 60 years of corruption. It's not going to be gone overnight. But they're doing a damn expedient job, I would say.
Yeah, they are. Donald Trump said he's going to see if there's really gold in Fort Knox.
Yeah, I've been trying. I'm waiting for the video on that. I want to see their walkthrough. That'd be excellent. The American people have been wondering about that for a very long time.
Yeah, he even made the remark, I want to go see if it's there, if somebody stole it.
See, the Federal Reserve has never been audited because the people that were chartered to audit the Federal Reserve are the Federal Reserve. And that's a problem.
Yourself.
That's a problem. Yes.
Aaron.
Hey,
Securities
that link
Exchange
for everyone.
not
Commission.
playing. That's what I'm trying to do. It's not playing. It goes to the picture.
It wouldn't play, Ben.
No, I just sent a new one.
He just sent a new one.
Yeah, I got to find a new place to live.
Why?
Rental agreements up. The homeless help is pulling out on me early, and then other things, dwindling resources. Social Security taking $100 out of my check every month that it's not supposed to be touching for a debt that never existed, because I'm getting Social Security for the same thing I was getting it for, that they said I was ineligible for, that they said I owe them 2 years worth of pay for, which is fraud.
Oh,
Hard to explain
my
in 30
God.
seconds, but I finally got it. I dealt with that shit 10 years. Not bad, 20. Forgot a whole 10 years there.
Darren.
Yeah, so
yeah,
I've been
gonna
watching them over the
it's not
years.
playing.
Too.
It's not playing. It's not
I knew
playing.
something was up.
Well, if it doesn't play, we can end the show, and I'm going to send Adrian this manual. Everybody needs to have this manual.
They tried to give your right to form a militia to the president.
Well, that's supposed to be the right of the sheriff, the job of the sheriff.
The right of the people to form a militia shall not be infringed.
Right, and the sheriff is supposed to oblige to that duty.
Yep. But Congress tried to get it passed so that the president could have control over the ability to make a militia. They were going for your Second Amendment rights, man. They were going to take them all.
They've been doing that. They've been doing that.
Well,
shit.
Trump signed an executive order protecting the Second Amendment.
Mm-hmm.
It's on his website.
I never thought I would have had to come to a point in time where there had to be an executive order to protect a constitutional amendment. But here we are.
Right.
That's, man. If we wouldn't have won this, we literally would have lost our country. We really would have.
This game over, dude. It was game freaking over. Our country was gone, and we did not win that election.
So I can't be too hard on their administration. They're doing everything they can, man.
Well, they're doing everything they said they were going to do.
They can't act judicially. That's up to us. But what they've done is they've removed some of those barriers the best that they can.
Right. So because they're giving it back to the people, and that's what Trump said. I'm giving you your government back.
Yep.
Wow, dude. We have not had that in. I don't think that's happened in a very long time.
Well, I know he went back. He changed it on the papers. He doesn't sign it as the corporation anymore. He signs it as the United States of America or whatever.
Really?
He stopped signing things as that.
Godspeed, man. Godspeed. Ugh.
Well, hopefully we're all right. He's not just, like I said yesterday to a friend of mine, they're not just pulling the sheep's in so the wolves, or can just attack us.
No.
So keep your guard up, everybody. This thing is not over. This fight's not over. Don't take it any easier. Keep fighting.
That's definitely, yeah. It's not over.
Don't stop.
It's never over. It's never over because once this is done and our fight is done, it continues on because now we have to stop this from ever happening again.
Right.
This is some stuff that we're going to be telling our kids and our grandkids and if we're around for that, I guess. Some of us.
Whoever it is.
But you guys fight harder than almost any other American group out there. Like mothers' rights. None of them groups fight as hard as the family rights advocates. None of them. And we just get ignored a lot. That really irritates me.
I wonder why that is.
It does. Because they
Because
don't want to admit to their fraud.
mother's rights are, they want to get rid of dad's, right? Father's rights, they just want to be a part of their kids' lives. And when we come in, we're talking about family court, CPS,
We talk
child
about
support.
saving kids, all our kids. What is happening to our kids?
Right. That's what it's about for us, right? It's not about mom and dad. It's really about the kids for me. That's all it's
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
I don't care if you
It's
don't like
protecting
him.
children.
With me, when I got
Because
divorced with my kid's father, we worked out an agreement, right? You can have them any weekend you want, every other weekend, every holiday, as long one gets them on the eve, one gets them on the day. You know what I'm saying? You
Yep.
don't ever have to part your lips and say one word to me. I will drop them off. You bring them back.
Very simple.
that is co-parenting. If every parent in the world started observing that right now, we would not have a family court problem whatsoever. But you got people out there that want to line their pockets, man.
Figuring
And
out a
if
way
I
to get it.
had to call, I would talk to his girlfriend. Not him. Put your girlfriend on the phone. Hey, what can we work out here? And
Right.
her and I always worked it out.
You have to be thinking about that child. Because that child's going to remember all of that shit. You think they won't, but they will.
Wow.
Don't know what it is.
Did it come back? It was doing a bit of audio stuff there for a second.
Yeah, you're fine. All right, Darren.
They did that
You ready?
one time. It cut Darren
Guys, one more
completely out.
time. There we go. I got this one.
Oh, you got it?
That's this one is. Hold on.
State House.
But yeah, you just
And I am here to inform you that I have just left the House chamber behind me, where the majority, the Democrats here in Augusta, have silenced me for speaking up for Maine girls. Tonight, I was censured by Augusta Democrats, which means I am no longer allowed to vote or to speak on the floor on behalf of my constituents because of the post that I made last week showing that there are biological males participating in girls' sports and taking their place here in Maine. And unfortunately, I was not even given the respect of being able to give my floor speech in defense of Maine girls on the floor tonight. It was disrupted multiple times, and in the end, I was not able to deliver it. So I'm coming to you live tonight to deliver the floor speech that I was not allowed to give, that I was silenced from giving on behalf of Maine girls and women's sports. Last Monday, at the Maine State Track Championship, a young man took first place in the girls' pole vault. Last year, he took 5th place in a regional meet, competing as a young man, and then 10th place at the state championship, again, competing as a young man. He last competed as a young man in June of last year, and yet, this year, he won the girls' state championship in Maine. This young man got fame for being state champion, while the rightful winner of the girls' pole vault lost out on her moment of fame. And you know what? I can just only picture that every feminist who worked so hard to get women to where we are today is rolling over in their grave to see this. That evening, I posted side-by-side photos of the athlete this year and last, and it went viral, spreading the news across the country that Maine was continuing to allow biological males to participate in girls' sports and dominate female athletes. Why did it receive such a strong reaction? Because Mainers and Americans across the country understand the basic truth. Boys participating in girls' sports is not fair. The progressive left would have us to believe that allowing a biologically male athlete to dominate in a girls' league is somehow inclusive and pro-woman. What a twisted perspective. In 1967, Catherine Switzer was the first woman to run the Boston Marathon against regulations. She was literally physically attacked by the race director, who attempted to physically remove her from the race. When I think about the tremendous accomplishments that women have made in sports since that time, in contrast with a culture that is demanding that we push aside women and girls to satisfy a woke agenda, I can only imagine the reactions of those feminists in years past. Maine Democrats censured me because I posted pictures of a minor. The state championship is a public event. The individual in question determined of his own free will to participate, and his photos are posted publicly on multiple websites. He was even publicly photographed holding a sign that said "State Champ." Here's the truth. Maine Democrats who are trying to cancel me are doing so because they know that this issue is unpopular, both in Maine and across the country. And they don't want to have a conversation or a debate about the dangers that this issue presents to women and their rights. They would rather destroy women's sports than have an honest and open debate. This championship was not just another competition. It was a stark reminder of how Augusta Democrats have utterly failed to protect Maine girls, young female athletes who have trained for years to compete on a level playing field are now being forced to step aside while biological males claim titles and scholarships meant for them. And yet, those in power, that chamber behind me, turn a blind eye to the undeniable biological differences that give male athletes an advantage over female competitors. So I ask you tonight, as I wish I could have asked my House chamber, if we do not speak up, who will? The response to this injustice perpetrated on Maine girls has been overwhelming. That post has reached millions of people, generating thousands of reactions, shares, and comments from Mainers who refuse to stand by and let this happen. People are outraged on behalf of Maine girls, and they are rightfully outraged. They see the unfairness and that women's sports are being destroyed, and they know that it must stop. This is not just about one race. It's not about one event. This is about the integrity of women's sports across the board and women's rights overall, and that must not be diminished. Some folks have suggested that the girls should simply refuse to compete. Just don't compete when there are biological males going against you. Boycott their own sport. No. Why would we expect a teenage girl to take a stand when the very adults in power refuse to? These girls have worked tirelessly to reach their athletic goals, and now they're being told that if they don't like competing against boys, that the burden to stop it rests on them. That is unacceptable.
Interesting.
Governor Mills and Augusta Democrats are so dug in
Wouldn't be
on
because
this
they got rid of the
radical
family
political
unit, would it?
agenda that they are willing to
Imagine.
throw away
It is very
$250
tragic.
million in federal education aid rather than follow long existing federal law, Title IX. By taking this position, they make it abundantly clear
They are
that they
attacking the
see
things that
girls
make women
and
unique.
women
Yeah.
as second-class citizens and are demanding that they give up their rights to serve a fanatical cultural agenda. This battle is much bigger than one legal dispute. It is about standing up for Maine girls who have been left behind and who are being canceled. Ultimately, Maine's violation of the federal guidance is a rejection of what the American people and our fellow Mainers want. Unlike progressives in Augusta, most Mainers, most Americans, see that this is a common sense issue. Recent polling found that 80% of Americans, including a majority of Democrats, do not believe that biologically male athletes should compete in women's sports. Women competing in sports on a level and fair playing field is a hard-won right, guaranteed under the laws of our country. This should not be a partisan issue, and it isn't outside of this dome. Keeping men out of women's sports is common sense, and it's necessary to restore our American values of equality and fairness. It is simple. Biological males should not be participating in girls' sports. It is unfair, unsafe, and unacceptable. Maine girls and female athletes across the country deserve better. But Maine girls are not going to receive justice from this legislature that has censured me for speaking up on their behalf.
Wow.
Today, I have been canceled by a man for speaking up for Maine girls. Canceled for speaking up in defense of women's sports, women's rights, and the thousands of young women who want to be able to compete on a fair and level playing field. That is the message that the Speaker of the House sent tonight, and Maine Democrats, Augusta Democrats, that woke ideology demands
That would
you
be
cancel
the
girls
diversity,
and
equity,
you
inclusion.
cancel the women speaking up on their behalf. The day after I made my post, the Speaker emailed and he called me to demand that I take my post down. And I expected that. When you shine a spotlight on the truth, you can expect strong opposition. I asked him in that conversation if he was going to support Maine girls and ensure that biological males could not participate in girls' sports.
This is
It's
horrible.
unfortunate, but not surprising, that he would not make that commitment. And now
Oh, of
we
course
see
not.
tonight, Maine girls deserve fairness.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, it's up to us to demand it. Let it not be said that we stayed silent. Instead, together, let we the people speak up for Maine
Absolutely.
girls. This fight is far from over, and I'm counting on my fellow Mainers to stand with me and speak up for girls. Thank you guys for
Yeah,
tuning in
Michigan
tonight.
don't play that.
Thank you for listening to the speech that should have been delivered on the floor, but was canceled. Thank you for joining with me to speak up for girls. I will talk to you all again
Freedom of
very, very
speech.
soon.
And here they go, get rid of that on the House floor out there.
Well, guess what?
Guess
All
what?
she's got to do is tell Trump, because he signed an executive order.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
No more
Yep.
DEI hires.
And no more men in women's sports, period.
Right, period.
That's part of the DEI. Yeah. Diversity, equity, inclusion.
Yeah, but he signed a specific bill
Yeah,
to keep
because Biden had that executive order in place for all the LGBTQ stuff of mixing up the sports and all that. Yeah.
Oh, Tiff, before you go, let me read to you what Pam Bondi sent to Miss Mills.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
go ahead.
I have it. Hold on a second. I'm grabbing it right now. She said, Office of the Attorney General, Washington, D.C. Governor Mills, the Department of Justice will hold accountable states and state identities that violate federal law. Indeed, we have already begun to do so. Earlier this month, the Department of Justice sued two states, Illinois and New York, the defiled federal immigrant law. We also stand ready to sue states and state entities that defy federal administrative law.
You can't
President
cut
Trump
me.
recently directed the Department of Justice and the Department of Education to polarize enforcement acts against athletes associated and denying girls an equal opportunity to participate in sports and athletics events by requiring them to compel against boys. Yet, in response, some states officials in Maine, including yourself, have indicated that they intend to continue to require girls to compete against boys in sports and athletics events. Indeed, despite initial assertion, President Trump, that you would comply with federal law, you have since reversed course, stating that Maine has addressed this issue and suggested that the federal government attempt to enforce federal whatever law can only be explained by President Trump's act like a dictator. Let me be clear regarding girls and competing against boys in sports and uh, ethnic events violate Title IX of the Education Amendment Act of 1972, and under Constitution, federal therefore does not matter if Maine state law allows or even requires state athletic associates of the federal and state law conflict. State and state entities must follow federal law, not because we live in a dictator, but because the Constitution requires states and follows the supreme law of the land. Maine should be on notice. The Department of Education, Office of Civil Rights, has begun a Title IX investigation into Maine Department of Education. The Department of Health and Human Services, Office of Civil Rights, has begun a similar investigation. If these are other federal investigations show that relevant Maine entities are indeed denying girls an equal opportunity in participating in sports and athlete events by requiring them to compete against boys. The Department of Justice stands ready to take appropriate action to enforce federal law. Then she says, I hope it does not come to this. The Department of Justice does not want to have a sue states and state identities or to seek termination of these federal funds. We only want states and state identities to comply with law. And federal laws require giving girls an equal opportunity to participate in sports and athlete events by ensuring the girls need to be complete only with other girls, not with boys. Sincerely, Pam Bondi, Attorney General.
Wow.
Wow.
Not
Oh,
only
yeah.
that, keeping that lady out of that legislative meeting when she
Yeah.
was there on behalf of her constituents was unconstitutional and a crime.
Yep.
And she represents all of Lewiston and Auburn and one other county as well.
Yep.
And
Not
they took
allowing
her
her to
out.
be there to
She can't
represent.
even vote.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Oh man, and the plot thickens.
Yeah. You would think Kennedy would do something about this HHS issue, though.
Well, maybe it's so big because this is so big. He doesn't know what to do, man. I mean, this is a big thing. When they take this thing down, this is America's money, man. Really,
That's true. That's true.
you can't just take
I
away
mean,
America's financial
it has
support.
been going for 60 plus years.
Yep. So, till tomorrow, we'll figure it all out. Have a good night, everybody.
1776, brave men put up a fight, mowing down redcoats, they wanted freedom. They had to fight, and now we take the sacrifice in vain. They loaded their muskets, fired them one by one. That's why we have the freedom to own a gun, but we are blowing it. These freedoms were created by those before us. They were to be something that stays. But now things are so corrupted, they're taking our rights away. Hey, Uncle Sam, where did you go? I called Washington today, but nobody's home. We all want to stand for our freedom, but nobody wants to do it today. Can't you see time is a waste and the Constitution we love is fading? Make no tread on the reality, or the USA will be the next casualty. We are here for freedom, those we will protect. Unite for the values we cherish, or watch everything perish. Our men have fought for our freedoms, many women have too. Their blood spilled upon the ground, with the news many frown. They paid a price that many won't pay. Now we are letting the cause fade away. The graves are being neglected by the actions of so many deceptive. The freedoms they fought for in every world war, conflict or mission, so many stayed behind signing petitions, while those away dying were there to protect them. It's time to wake up in the USA. We are all slipping away into the darkness we once ran from. It's getting worse every day. Now they are taking our children more and more every day. No soldier ever fought for taking our children away. This is not why they bled for our freedom. They didn't die for some cheap pay. We all need to come together, fight this corruption, and it starts today. We need to wake up America, go back to parades, remember true family values, laugh again as children play. These are the things we fought for, 200 years strong, but now we're losing all of this. Don't tread on me does exist. So rise up and be strong. We don't have to go along. We need to push back now, like our forefathers did. It's time to bring back the way it was, when families lived together, all that mattered was love. It's not always easy to take back what they have grabbed. With all of us together we can do it, two loving children and mom and dad. This is our country, it's called USA. So many have fallen, say don't tread on me today. It's time to wake up in the USA. We are all slipping away into the darkness we once ran from. It's getting worse every day. Now they are country, it's called